Hello everyone, I'm Marvin Fant for the weekly 411. And on this segment, I'm going to talk about Eddie Long and a View walkout with Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar getting angry at Bill O'Reilly. Now, I wasn't going to let the situation with Eddie Long get by me, and since I have this opportunity to speak with you, that's what I'm going to do. Now let's recap the Bishop Long situation. Recently, he was accused of sexual improprieties with several men when they were younger. Now, the bishop denies these accusations, but my take on this is I have no take at all, at least right now, because all the facts are still coming in, supposed facts anyway, I'll put it that way, and everything's being pieced together, so right now it's on a low front, so to speak. But with that in mind, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of accusations. Like I said, I want to let things play out first. And there are many people who are jumping the gun instead of waiting to see what happens. Now, like I said, I have no take on this yet, but I do have concern about this congregation. And I would pray for them that because I put it this way, if he falls, if these accusations are true, I would pray for them to be strong. I would pray for them to look toward God instead of man. And many times that's what happens with people, church-going people. I'm one myself. You put too much trust in man, and then when they falter or do wrong, it's basically you go down with them, and then you get mad at God. But it's not a God thing, it's a man thing, it's a he thing, it's a him thing. And like I said, if these accusations are true, I will pray that he repent, ask for forgiveness, and then step aside for a while. That would be the right thing to do. And those in his congregation, they would need to remain focused toward God and pray for Bishop Long for him to make a recovery, so to speak. But I wouldn't go off on the deep end and start blaming God and then turn away from being a Christian altogether. Because if you're a Christian, you look to God, not to man, not to anyone else, but God. Now, by the way, I also want to reiterate or put into this. When this came out, I was looking at the news and I was watching how things were reported. And like I said, I want to point this out, that people make it seem like a man of God is not supposed to have a lot of money, is not supposed to be rich. I noticed the media, they were pointing out how many cars he has, what type of cars he has, noticing the spacious home that he has. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as he's not taken away from the congregation and the church, as long as he's putting back into, as long as he's teaching those members how to be achievers themselves, then there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I just had to get that off my chest. Now, moving along, let's talk about The View. Bill O'Reilly was a guest on the show. They began to talk, meaning he and the host, and they began to talk about the mosque being built near Ground Zero. And O'Reilly began to get into the part of the conversation about Muslims did this. He was referring to the destruction of the World Trade Center. Well, Whoopi and Joy took offense to this. Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, they took offense to this. They were more so focusing on the fact that, you can't say Muslims did this. You have to say extremists did this. And basically, O'Reilly said, I don't care how you spruce it up. The bottom line is it was Muslims, which is true. It was Muslims. So this is when the two walked off the set because they disagreed with O'Reilly. Now my thing is, don't walk off the set of your own show. That's like somebody coming into your house and running you out of your own house. And that just shows the character or lack of character by those two. And especially with Whoopi Goldberg, the little respect I had for her, it's gone. It's really gone. It just shows how thin-skinned both of them are. It shows how they can have a show, talk about anybody they want, any situation, but when the opposition is right there in their face and not backing off, they're the ones who tuck tail and run. Yeah, I said it.